Hello, welcome. This is my ELM test prep series. I'm James S., and if you're returning, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I suggest you look at my intro on this series, and some of the hashtags are as noted down here: ELM, ELM prep, ELM test prep, and you can always try tagging my logo, James S. This is my 25th part of this series, and we're talking a little bit about average, median, and mean values. At some point in the time, you've always come across these words, and if you are into statistics or are a math student, they'll probably immediately invoke some kind of idea what they mean. Well, average is something we hear all the time. Well, you're an average person, you're of average height, you're of average weight. The question is, what does that mean to be average? Well, sometimes it means to be less than something else, less than better, not the best, or whatever. In math, average is some point of several values. If I were to have, say, several columns that were filled with water with a kind of barrier between them, and I might have some water there, and I might have some water here, and I might have a little bit of water here, and this level could be somewhere in there. Well, average essentially says if I were to somehow let all of these, punch a hole in all of these and let them flow together, it seems reasonable this water would all even out so that there would be some amount of water all the way across. And that might, if I were to take some of this here and let it flow down into here, so then I would have something there, and then I'd have a little left over here. These are about even, so I'd take parts of this and there and there and there, and so my average level might be somewhere about there. I'm just guessing because there are no numbers involved here. But the idea is I have several different heights of water. But the average between them all is a certain level. Well, if we were to do this mathematically, we'd add up each of the values here. Let's say we had 7, 6, 5, and 3. We'd add them all up. There's 9, 16, 21. 21 is their sum. Their average would then be, since I have 4 different levels or 4 different numbers here, my average I would then divide by the the quantity of the numbers that I had to add, and so that would be approximately 5 and some amount. So that would be the mathematical approach. The visual approach is my water will equal out. Water will always seek its own level. All right, so a quick and easy look at the idea of average. If I'm talking about average height, I would take a group of people and I would measure all their heights. And I'd say, well, I sum up all those and I get some total. And then I would divide by the number of people that I measured. So that would be my average. Now sometimes you'll hear the term mean. And I like to think of this as a mathematical average, and math is sometimes mean, so I'm going to have to do math here to get this average. The idea of my water seeking some level was not so much mathematical as it was observational and sort of an idea of estimating. The mean is a specific average, and it's determined using mathematics. Now, the other term that we talked about or showed on our preliminary was the idea of median. Well, if you're driving down a 4-lane highway, there is this part in the middle, at least if you're in California, there's a lot of these. There's this portion in the middle that is, I don't know, shrubs, flowers, cement, some kind of doodle by the the construction group, but it keeps the lanes apart. This does not move left or right no matter how much traffic is on here or how little traffic is on here. The median is still in the middle. We kind of use that concept in terms of the median value. And the median, just as the median here in the street is the middle of our road, or the middle, we're going to use that idea in terms of our numbers. So when we talk about median, one of the first things we have to do is we have to order our numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 25, 49. These are in order, numerical, by their value, from small to low. You could also put them low to high and high to low. It doesn't matter, but you have to put them in sequence, in order. So then we're going to say, well, how many do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, darn. I think I'll add another one just to make this easy the first time through. I have 7 numbers. So I have 3 numbers this way and 3 numbers this way, and the middle number is my median. Now notice I didn't do any math on this. All I did was put my numbers in order. I didn't add them, I didn't subtract them, I didn't divide them. I just said, well, I have 7 numbers, and the middle number, is my median. Well, the nice thing about the median is it doesn't move a lot. Let's say I had 100 up here, or for my last number. Notice my median did not change. It's still at 7. It's a physical location, and that's the thing about why I related the median to the middle strip in a highway. It's a physical location. It has nothing to do with the value of the numbers. It is just a physical location of that sequence of numbers. Now let's say I had 3, 5, 29, 45, 49, and 76. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I now have 6 numbers. Well, obviously there's no single number that's in the middle. So if I count down 1, 2, and I count down this way, 1, 2. Well, if I go to 3, I'm in between those 2 numbers, and that's exactly where my median lies. I have 3 on this side and 3 on this side, so the median is in between these 2 numbers, and what I would do is find halfway between them. So there's about 16 between them, so I'd add 8 to this, and so I'd get 37 as my median number. If I took 37 from 45, I would get 8 down from there. So the median lies 8 between 8 up and 8 down. So this involves just a little bit of math. Now, the easy way to find that, in this case, I said, well, it's about 8 between them. So another way, I could add 45 plus 29 and then divide that by 2, and I would get the middle number. So in this case, I'd get 60, 74 divided by 2 would be my 37, and that would be my median, which we already said. So sometimes I can just count it out, and sometimes I might have to use a little math. Or I might just reason the difference between those was 16, so the median is halfway. That's another way of doing this. So I could have subtracted 29 from 45 and gotten 16, and then I want half of that above and below that. So I'd add 8 to this and subtract 8 from that, and that would give me 37 and 37. So that would be my median. All right. So that's median. It's a physical, for the most part, a physical location. All right. Well, we quickly rampaged through the idea of average and median. Average involves math, and median involves a physical location. All right. We'll talk a little more on some of the questions that come up about median, and they like those. They like the average question also. Anyway, that's our time for this episode. Have a good day. And this has been your ELM Math Test Prep, and I'm James S. Have a good day.